The New York Jets just made a massive re-signing, extending a popular homegrown talent as multiple reporters tell us who to look out for tomorrow as the legal free agent tampering period opens. And we got to break it down here on Jets Digest. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to the channel. Before we hop into the video today, only 24.1% of viewers are subscribed to the channel. So if you are not subscribed, please take a second, hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out a ton. But hopping right into what we got for today. New York Jets general manager Darren Mougey made his first significant investment on Sunday night, retaining middle linebacker Jamien Sherwood with a 3-year, $45 million contract. Sherwood's agents, Drew Rosenhaus and Robert Bailey, told ESPN's Adam Schefter. The contract includes $30 million in fully guaranteed money. The Jets were determined to lock up Jamien Sherwood, 25 years old, before he became an unrestricted free agent. New coach Aaron Glenn has his starting middle linebacker. So, Jets fans, we want the old guys, some old guys who played well for other teams coming in. We want to re-sign one of our up-and-coming guys, and that's exactly what Aaron Glenn and Darren Mougey have done, signing Jamien Sherwood to a 3-year, $45 million, averaging out to $15 million per year. I will say much more than I was expecting for Jamien Sherwood to receive. I was expecting him to be in the ballpark of $8 to $10 million, but I think it's a good idea to get this contract signed because this is the exact type of story that Aaron Glenn wants to keep in the building. Jamien Sherwood, if you're unfamiliar with him, was a 5th-round pick of the New York Jets in 2021, a safety coming out of Auburn. He comes to the New York Jets. They say, you're not going to play safety for us. You're going to play linebacker. He doesn't complain. He doesn't say, I'm a linebacker, though. He says, okay, I trust you guys. He starts out playing, plays his new position, and tears his Achilles. But he fights back, works his butt off, comes back even stronger, and now stands this $45 million, $15 million per year linebacker that we see today, that we are very excited to have on the New York Jets team here. So Aaron Glenn, at his press conference, he talked about people, not players, people. Now, is Jamien Sherwood a $15 million per year player? I'm not entirely sure. I'm really not sure. But is he that person, a $15 million person? I think so. Darren Mougey, Aaron Glenn, they're looking for a culture with the New York Jets, and Jamien Sherwood is a culture-building guy that you do not let walk out the front door. I'm really excited that we can have a strong middle linebacker, and we've always had a strong middle linebacker for the past couple of years here, going back with Demario Davis to CJ Mosley to now Jamien Sherwood moving on for the future. I absolutely love to see that. If you're wondering, that $15 million per year contract puts him tied for 13th in the league for average salary for a linebacker. So let's dive into what his stats looked like this season. Of course, his breakout coming in 2024. Let's actually make this a little bit bigger here. So that's actually not bigger for me, so I got to apologize there. So, of course, the number one thing, you can see the stats here. The number one stat that we got to talk about is that combined tackles, 158, putting him tied for 3rd in the entire league in tackles. That's where he made his money. Communicating. Honestly, number one thing was making a ton of tackles. And part of that was the defensive line not doing their part, making tackles. But, we've seen, like I said, Demario Davis, absolute tackle machine. CJ Mosley, tackle machine. Looks like we got another tackle machine in Jamien Sherwood. Very excited to see what he has. And I think when our new defensive coordinator, Wilks, gets his hands on Jamien Sherwood, he's going to be blitzing in some special packages as well. So I'm excited to see that happen as well going through here. So, in closing with Sherwood, very excited to see him on the team. And did we overpay him? If you had to put me on the spot and said, did we overpay him, yes or no, I would probably say we did by a little bit, but do not be surprised when Aaron Glenn continues to make moves like this, signing people and not players, because he made that extremely clear during the opening press conference for him and Darren Mougey that he was all about people. And if he's a good enough coach, you could take these people and coach them up into great players as well. And that's why I'm so excited for Aaron Glenn, because every time I see him in a press conference or just saying anything, it makes me want to believe in his philosophies more. And this story of him starting out at safety and switching positions and getting hurt and still coming back, that is, to me, that's a person who represents everything that me as a Jets fan, and I imagine everyone watching this video as a Jets fan, wants the New York Jets to represent. And that's why I'm so excited to keep this guy in. Very important. As we said in that article, they wanted to make sure they locked him up before he became an unrestricted free agent. So tomorrow tampering opens, but we want to get him locked up before he was able to be talked to by other guys. Very happy to have this guy sticking around. But in the opener, I did promise you guys some other free agent news for who we need to take a look at for tomorrow. So this is coming from SNY, our friend Connor Hughes here. According to SNY NFL insider Connor Hughes, two names to keep an eye on for Gang Green are safeties Javon Holland and safety Justin Simmons, especially Holland, according to Hughes. 25-year-old safety and a second-round pick out of Oregon in 2021. Holland has plenty of familiarity with the Jets. He's seen them as an opponent twice a year for the last 4 years as a member of the Miami Dolphins. And according to sources, I don't really remember this play, but apparently Javon Holland had a play where he intercepted, I don't even remember the guy's name actually, the quarterback on Black Friday for the Jets and ran it back pretty far. If someone can find record of that play, I'm pretty sure that play does not exist. You know, as a Jets fan, having a pretty good record that Tim Boyle was the quarterback, did not throw a ridiculous pick six before halftime. That's why he put Zach Wilson in the game, by the way. That's why he drafts a quarterback with elite traits, elite arm strength. Zach Wilson would have made the end zone, would not have thrown that pick six that Boyle threw. Let's get back to Javon Holland. Stats not jumping off the page. You know, 1 sack. Obviously, he plays safety. He's not going to have a lot of sacks. 42 solo tackles, which is pretty solid for a safety. 1 forced fumble as well. This guy is someone who fits well into Stephen Wilkes' scheme. And if you told me I had to pick one free agent for tomorrow who the New York Jets were most likely to sign, Javon Holland would be the guy that I would put all my money on. We need a safety really bad. Scheme-wise, he fits Stephen Wilkes' scheme. Good player, checks that box as well. So this is a player that everyone, if you don't know, if you want to understand and get a jump on who the New York Jets are going to be signing tomorrow, this is the number one guy that I would, this is the guy I would suggest learning more about. But let's talk about the guy that, of course, everyone loves talking about, coming from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN, where Justin Fields and the Pittsburgh Steelers stand. Both sides have discussed a reunion and been open to it, but Fields wants to test the market to truly see how teams view him and make an informed decision. The Jets' interest has percolated since before the combine. So the New York Jets, at this point, no secret, the New York Jets have plenty of interest in Justin Fields as we need a quarterback. He's still a young guy, having only just turned 26. I know a lot of Jets fans, based on our comment section, based on just, knowing the general public of people who follow the NFL, Justin Fields, highly polarizing person, player, highly exciting player, but is he going to be a long-term quarterback? We still don't know. If you're me, definitely think I do know whether he'll be a long-term answer or not, but we're going to see. It's definitely an exciting answer because he can run the ball and pass the ball. His highlights, absolutely pretty much the best highlights when it comes to a quarterback running. When he runs the football, watching him on film, I give him a lot of, I talk pretty lowly about his passing film because his passing film is pretty poor, but running the ball, this guy, it's like he sees the field in slow motion. Like when I'm watching the film, I'm pausing it constantly, and Justin Fields is seeing running lanes before they open, and he never misses a running lane. He's, in my opinion, a more gifted runner. His ball carrier vision, if you know what that is, that's like seeing holes and understanding where you're supposed to be running, and to obviously run as far as you can. He has the best ball carrier vision of anyone I've ever seen on film, running backs or quarterbacks. I think if he switched to running back, which I'm not saying he should do, and he's certainly not going to do, but I think he could be like Derrick Henry good at running the football, because we forget that this guy is a tall, heavy, and we know he's fast. He's a really thickly built dude. He's tough to tackle. We've seen that. So that's what Justin Fields brings to the table. He also has a really, really good deep ball. It's the under route, the medium range routes and the shorter routes. Throwing those is where he really, really struggles. Also, he's not consistent at all when it comes to those routes. He also doesn't throw them with anticipation. So Justin Fields, obviously, if he was going to be signing a 1-year contract with the New York Jets as a prove-it deal, can you be a long-term answer? I would be on board for that because I think it would be a ton of fun. But I don't think he's going to be the answer long-term. We're getting reports that he wants to be a long-term answer. With what he has shown us in the NFL, I can't understand why any team would ever consider him a long-term answer. The Chicago Bears traded him away. The Pittsburgh Steelers liked him so much that they benched him for Russell Wilson. So, I mean, no one seems to want him. The film describes a player who is not good enough to be a starter in the NFL. So, I mean, everyone's telling me how good this guy is, but the film doesn't back it up. And I don't listen to what people say. I listen to what they do. And I understand that a lot of people talk extremely highly about Justin Fields, but their actions tell the story of Justin Fields not being a coveted player in the NFL. Justin Fields was traded from the Chicago Bears to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a what's the word here? A pick that could be upgraded. A conditional 6th round pick could go into a 4th round pick if Justin Fields played 50% of snaps. That's not compensation that good quarterbacks are traded for. We watched Sam Darnold play very poorly for the New York Jets and then get traded to the Carolina Panthers for a 3rd round pick, which is, higher than a 6th round pick, possibly a 4th round pick that was not a 4th round pick. Justin Fields, the Steelers brought him in to be a backup quarterback. I mean, everything is telling us that Justin Fields is not going to be a long-term answer. If you want to believe in Justin Fields, I can't say you're wrong to. I mean, I can't say you're going to end up being wrong. But if that's what's fun for you, watching the NFL is all about having fun, being entertained. So definitely go root for him if you want to go root for him. He is a name to watch as a New York Jets target for tomorrow. 12 o'clock is when we need to be. Honestly, right before 12 o'clock. So 11:45 to 12:30 is where we're going to see the most action for this free agency stuff. So, if you're at work and you can pick when your lunch break is going to be 12:30, that's when you're going to want to be most active on your phones, taking a look at who the New York Jets are signing and who everyone else is signing around the league. It's going to be a very exciting day in the NFL tomorrow, and I really can't wait for it. If we can't watch real football games, I'm happy to have excitement and have movement like this. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and as always, go Jets.